Alrighty, Duelist Kingdom action, back at it again, and this one is between Kyber and Marick, I think it was. Yes, Marick. So Kyber and Marick should be a fairly even match. Both players have some decent hard-hitting monsters. Marick's monsters are based mostly around what he used in Battle City. He doesn't have Winged Dragon of Ra, but we did give him Phantasmal Spiral Dragon and something else to sort of pay a nod to the power that Ra has. They are also classed as worm types, which is isn't a very common type, but gives that little bit of a nod to Marick and his Winged Dragon of Ra. So Kyber starting off here. He has Battle Ox, he has Judge Man. If he can get Judge Man down to the field, he'd be in good shape. He's just thrown down Rush recklessly. So you can think of Battle Ox being at 2400. So it's a very strong opening for Kyber. He does have Gift of the Mystical Elf there as well if he wants to give a buffer to his life points. And Marick has gone with a face down defense and has gone to his end phase. So what do you do here if you're Kyber? He's just drawn Wicked Dragon with the Ursat's head. He can go with Judge Man now. No, he doesn't. He goes with Wicked Dragon with an Ursat's head. Now, that is only a 900, but with Rush Recklessly, there's an extra 700. That'll get to 1600, so... Oh, it's New Doria. New Doria is very similar to Man-Eater Bug. It's just destroyed the Battle Ox, and now only a 900 left on Kyber's field, although Rush Recklessly sitting there waiting menacingly for Marick to slip up. So Marick with 6 cards in hands. What has he got for us on turn number 4? He's got Melchard the Four-Faced Beast, 1500 attack, almost enough to get over Rush Recklessly. I would say that Marick, he does go in for an attack. Now Rush Recklessly is going to come into play. Wicked Dragon with an Ursat's head will be 1600. So Marick took the chance, he went in for the attack, and it's not going to pay off for him here. Now Kyber can bring out the Judge Man on the next turn. Wicked Dragon with the Ursat's head will go back to 900. And oh, Offerings to the Doomed. That is a very useful card for Kyber. So Wicked Dragon with the Ursat's head is gone. And Judge Man has come to the field. 2200. Kyber, to my knowledge, he only used it once. And that was in the very first episode. I don't recall him ever using Judge Man again. We do all know that Judge Man was one of the deck leaders for Johnson, I believe it was, in the Big Five as well. Marick with Offerings to the Doomed of his own. Judge Man is destroyed. It's probably a good thing that Marick didn't put that face down, otherwise Kyber's Mystical Space Typhoon might have got it before Marick could activate it. Pharaoh's Servant, summoned from Marick. It's only a 900, but Kyber does have no monsters in his hand. And he has drawn Crush Card Virus. So Kyber may be defenseless on the next turn. He's just throwing down Gift of the Mystical Elf. Maybe looking to activate that to buffer up his life points a little bit. Kyber would hope that Marick might go for a tribute. He's still got Offerings to the Doomed available. It's Guardian of the Labyrinth that is played from Marick. And Kyber has activated Gift of the Mystical Elf. So it's given him another 600 life points. He'll lose 1900 here. So that'll put Kyber down to 5800. He still does have a 1000 point advantage though. There it is, 5800. He does still have a 1000 point advantage. So... Oh, La Jin. The Mystical Genie of the Lamp. That is a great draw for Kyber. 1800 points. And only 4 stars, so both Guardian of the Labyrinth and Pharaoh's Servant? Is it Pharaoh's Servant or Pharaoh's Guard, whatever it's called? Still on the field. That's got 0 defense though. And Marick has drawn again. He's at 4,000 life points now. So halfway there for Kyber. Drelago by Marick in attack mode. Oh, Drelago, if the only card your opponent controls are face-up monsters with 1600 or more attack, this card can attack your opponent directly. So, well, that'll put Kyber to 4,200 if that attack lands, which... So Marick's taking his sweet time. Oh, he's gone to main phase 2. Why wouldn't he? Oh, hang on. Read the card text again. What the card text say? Oh, there it is. If okay, I believe it said if the only... Oh, there it is. If the only cards your opponent controls. That's not the only card that Kyber controls. He does have that face-down spell or trap. That must bypass Drelago's effect. Because Marick was sitting there for a while. I've never noticed that about Drelago. But yes, going by card text, if you read the card text carefully, if the only cards your opponent controls are monsters, 1600 or more, Kyber controls a face-down spell or trap, so that would be the ruling there as stop defense. Oh, it's hit Soul Tiger. Oh, that is an absolute shocker for Marick. That is basically a direct attack for Lejin. Oh, Marick would have been banking on that to try to defend. 2100 defense, it's got 0 attack points. Kyber with that stop defense at the absolute perfect time. Marick has just played Boganian. And a face down spell or trap. Okay, that's fishy from Marick. He may be trying to bait Kyber into an attack. There's Ryukushin. And Kyber can play Crush Card if he wants to. Marick hasn't got anything 1500 or over, so it's not really... Oh, he's activated it anyway. So Ryukushin is tributed. He'll get to look at Marick's hand at least. And oh, there goes one. That's... Oh, that's Spirit of the Pharaoh. Which wouldn't have... Probably wouldn't have been able to be summoned anyway. The only other card is Mask of Darkness. So unless Marick's face-down card is anything really good, Marick does not have a lot on the field. Kyber does have Mystical Space Typhoon if he wants to. Oh, Marick destroyed one in the deck. I think that might be a first. That's the Rock Spirit. It's a 1650 and 1900. It's 5 stars though. So Marick has... I would assume that Marick has done that so he doesn't draw it. And, oh, it's Negate Attack. When I seen that flip up, I thought that might have been a Mask of Weakness incoming. But no, a Negate Attack from Marick, so Boganian will stay on the field. Which means Kyber should lose 600 life points here. And he does. So 5,200 for Kyber now, 2,000 for Marick. It's been a tight match. Marick, although we know what that face-down monster will be, that'll be Mask of Darkness. We don't know what new card Marick has drawn. There's Dragon Treasure. Kyber would love to get that Blue Eyes to the field. Oh, and this time Mystical Space Typhoon. Marick left Boganian in attack mode. Oh, there it is. That was the Mask of Weakness. Oh, good call from Kyber to play the Mystical Space Typhoon. Marick, I mean, he telegraphed it, but it was a great play from Kyber to use that Mystical Space Typhoon. And that may all but do it for Marick. He's got nothing on the field in terms of defense here. He's just drawn another card here. Is there anything for him? He's just flipped up Mask of Darkness. Target one trap card in your graveyard. Add that target to your hand. And he has gone with Negate Attack. Oh, double tribute. Okay, what has Marick drawn? He has drawn Phantasm Spiral Dragon, 2,900. A ferocious serpent that was being hunted by Atlanteans. Well, he has got over Lajin, 1,100 off Kyber, he's down to 4,100. Kyber has been holding on to that Offerings to the Doomed for a long time. Oh, there's Lord of D, he just needs a Flute of Summoning Dragon. Now, Kyber has to hope that Marick's face down isn't Magic Jammer, and it looks like it is not. Lord of D played. Now, Marick only has 1,500 life points. Oh no, that face down would be Negate Attack. Yes, because he pulled it back from the graveyard, and Marick has activated it. Yes, in an attempt to spare his life points. But with no cards in hand and no cards on the field, Marick is going to need an absolute destiny draw. I mean, he's only up against 1,200. It's not particularly strong. But it's a face-down defense for Marick. Kyber's draw phase is skipped due to offerings to the Doomed. And Kyber into attack again with Lord of D, and it was Solitude, which isn't anything for Kyber to worry about. Still with Lord of D on the field. Marick has drawn. He needs something 1300 or greater, or even 1250 or greater, but I don't think Marick has any 1250 attacks. Kyber has drawn Shadow Spell, which is again a very useful card. So Marick, he didn't play his card, he either wasn't able to or doesn't have a use for it. He's down to 300 life points. Kyber has thrown down the Shadow Spell. Even if his Lord of D can be targeted, Kyber has a backup. Marick goes with a face down spell or trap. And now to the end phase. And, oh, he's drawn another Blue Eyes. If only that Dragon Treasure was a Flute of Summoning Dragon. However, that's not the case. Lord of D has taken the first win for Kyber here. Kyber is up 1-0. Marick will have to win 2-0 against a pretty strong opponent if he wants to pick up a season point. Bonus point on offer for Kyber if he can win 3-0. So we'll go from Marick's perspective this time as well. Well, it was a tight match in that first one, as we see Dark Angel for card of this match. It was a very tight match, it could have gone either way. As Rock, Paper, Scissors doesn't go either way, they drew it on that time. Rock, Paper, Scissors, this time it is won by Marick, who elects to go first. So from his perspective, there's Unity. Oh, the first Sarcophagus. Very useful for Marick to draw that on turn number 1. Got Magic Jammer and 7 tools. So down goes the first Sarcophagus. Down goes Magic Jammer. Down goes 7 tools. Souls of the Forgotten is available. It's not a strong monster, but enough for a defense for Marick. Alright, draw phase for Kyber, and Marick straight up activates the first Sarcophagus. So if he can get 3 turns, or 2 turns even, he can get his Spirit of the Pharaoh onto the field. It's a 2500, as Stop Defense is played by Kyber. So Marick can block it if he wants to, but the Souls of the Forgotten, he lets it get flipped up. And Kyber has played Ryukish Empowered, 1600, so that's a bit of a little bit of an obstacle for Marick to overcome early. Souls of the Forgotten is attacked. Marick down to 7300. So again, a good start for Kyber, as the first Sarcophagus will bring the second Sarcophagus to the field. Just one more needed now for Marick. Draw phase. Oh, Rush Recklessly. Good card, but not useful in this situation. Marick may have to take some life point damage here. And what does Kyber have on this turn? Kyber has played the Dragon Dwelling in the Cave. It's a 1300 attack. He's just played a face down spell or trap as well. So 16 and 13 is 2900. If we take that off Marick, it will leave him with 4400, I think. Hey, 4400. So Marick, again, almost half of what Kyber's life points are. But he does have the third Sarcophagus now. So he will be able to remove all that from the field, and he will bring forth Spirit of the Pharaoh. And it's a fitting card because Kyber wanted to be the last challenger for Pharaoh Atem. However, it was original Yugi. But Spirit of the Pharaoh, so Kyber can pretend that he's playing the actual Pharaoh, because like the Dark Magician, this card also has 2500 attack points. As offerings to the Doom. Now, Marick does have Magic Jammer. Kyber went for offerings to the Doomed. It would have destroyed Spirit of the Pharaoh unless Kyber's face down is a 7 Tools of the Bandit. Okay, so Rush Recklessly still available for Marick, so even if... there's There's Yugioh Friendship. We added it to Marick's deck as a bit of a pun towards his hatred of Pharaoh. But Marick just sent Unity to the graveyard. He almost, for the first time, had them both together. And he could have shook hands with his opponent. I'm sure Marick will get that handshake eventually. As 900 comes off Kyber, he's down to 7100. 2500 for Spirit of the Pharaoh. It's a bit of an obstacle for Kyber. Marick's playing a little bit dangerously, because if Kyber gets Blue Eyes to the field, Rush Recklessly could put Spirit of the Pharaoh to 3200. But Marick confident for now. There's another face-down defense from Kyber. And we turn change back to Marick, who has drawn Monster Reborn. Very useful card. And Dragon Dwelling in the Cave is destroyed at 2000 defense. Keeping Kyber at bay. You don't want Kyber going into a turn with 2 monsters on the field. It's always a risk, especially for someone who has 3 copies of a Blue Eyes White Dragon in their deck. End phase for Kyber doesn't play anything else. There's Melchard the Four-Faced Beast, 1500. Potentially 2200 if Marick wants to set Rush Recklessly, but he's attacked with Spirit of the Pharaoh. It's Ancient Lamp. Okay, so that's going to change Marick's attack target to his own Melchard the Four-Faced Beast. There's Ancient Lamp may be able, I think I can call Lijin as well, but it's still a bit for Kyber to overcome that Spirit of the Pharaoh. Shard of Greed played from Kyber. So in a couple of turns he may be able to draw two new cards with that. Draw phase, the Millennium Shield. 3000 defense. But Marick straight into the battle phase. He'll get rid of Ancient Lamp by the look of it. Kyber's field now undefended. Marick has the possibility to turn this one around. Kyber, to his end phase. Possibly some high-level monsters in his hand. Blue Eyes, Swordstalker, Judgeman. He could have them. Could have them all. He could have 3 Blue Eyes and just needs a polymerization, for example. Spirit of the Pharaoh went in for the attack, 2500 off Kyber, who's now at 4600. Only a 1200 life point difference between Marick and Kyber now. As Shard of Greed is activated, Kyber has drawn 2 new cards. His hand is 7 cards. He's thrown down a face-down spell or trap. Kyber must have something here. He's got Sagi the Dark Clown in attack mode. Well, that's interesting. Turn change. There's Shard of Greed for Marick. So, Marick's... Crush card from Kyber. I did see Kyber's prompt box up, but there goes Sagi the Dark Clown. Crush card Virus. He does have 7 Tools of the Bandit, so he'll be able to block 1,000 life points off Marick to keep his Spirit of the Pharaoh on the field. And, 7 Tools of the Bandit from Kyber. That card's been down for ages. Kyber didn't use it before. Or did he just play it on that turn? I don't remember. But 7 Tools of the Bandit has been used on 7 Tools of the Bandit to negate the effect of 7 Tools of the Bandit to stop Crush card. No, for Crush card to continue to activate. So now Marick's got Monster Reborn. And he's just sent his Phantasm Spiral Dragon to the graveyard. And Marick, I believe, could activate Monster Reborn now. And Shard of Greed. He does activate Shard of Greed. Oh no. Oh no, Rush Recklessly is in hand. Oh, that's great foresight from Marick. because 29 and 7 is 36. Kyber's life points are at 3600. Oh my word, Kyber's crush card actually did more damage than it did good, because now Kyber has no monsters on the field, and Spirit of the Pharaoh wouldn't have knocked out the rest of Kyber's life points. Wow, that is unreal. Kyber using Crush Card Virus to get rid of the threat that had been hammering him that whole duel actually came back because he used the effective Crush Card to send his 2900 to the graveyard to bring it back with Monster Reborn. That is an absolute 10 out of 10 play from Marick. That is absolutely goated. That whoever was playing as Marick, that is focus to the next level. That is assessing what options you have in your deck that could have helped you in that situation. Well, we have one more. They are at 1-1 now. So they're both playing for a season point. Bonus points are off the table as the dragon dwelling in the cave has been summoned in defense. Magic Jammer also played down from Kyber. He's got Mystic Horseman and Polymerization. So if he draws a Battle Ox, he will be able to bring forth his Rabid Horseman. Oh, Gilgarth from Marick, 1800 straight off the bat. Unfortunately for Marick, it is a 2000 defense that Kyber has down. Alright, well, you would say that's an early win for Kyber. He draws Gift of the Mystical Elf. And Kyber skips his turn. Alright, what does Marick have? Face down defense. Still got Gilgarth in attack mode. Turn change. And now back to Kyber, who draws Yamadron. Added it in because it looks like a Temu Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon. So Kyber played down Gift of the Mystical Elf, I think that was. So Kyber might be able to stack his life points a little bit here if he wants to. And Marick, oh, double tribute. Not good for Kyber, that's going to be something strong. It is Metaphys Armed Dragon 2800. Usually visible despite its phantom existence. And Kyber has activated Gift of the Mystical Elf now. He's given himself another 600 points, but he's staring down the face of a 2800 attack. And with the Yamadron being 5 stars, it's going to be tough for Kyber now. He's going to need his offerings to the Doomed or, something of that description. It's Battle Ox. He could have used Polymerization, however, Battle Ox will not be able to destroy that 2800. So it makes little sense to play it, but now Kyber is wide open. Well, he's decided to hold his fusion, I guess, in case he Destiny draws out the offerings to the Doomed or something. Melchard the Four-Faced Beast. So this is going to be 4300 that's coming off Kyber, and it will leave him with 4300. So Kyber is going to lose exactly half his amount of life points here that he previously had. 7800 for Marick, 4300 for Kyber, and Kyber's in big trouble because if he gets attacked again, he will lose. There's Negate attack. And Kyber is going to have to play that. Because if Kyber got attacked again by Melchard and Metaphys Armed Dragon, Kyber's life points would be exactly on 0. Rogue Doll is played, a 1600 again. It's not looking good at all. Kyber could have played Battle Ox, but he didn't. He could have destroyed Melchard, but then again, Marick does have a face down as well. Kyber doesn't want to throw away Rabid Horseman if he doesn't have to. But he may have no choice. Kyber, he's in all sorts of bother. There's 7 Tools of the Bandit. Good card, but not useful in this situation. Polymerization is activated from Kyber. And that will bring forth the Rabid Horseman. Well, it's not going to be able to do Kyber much, but he might as well play it. He might as well try to hit something back on Marick here. It's a 2000 attack. We don't get to see it very often either. Rabid Horseman is one of the, sort of like the original fusions as well. Not many came before. It goes after Rogue Doll. And, negate attack for Marick. He was ready. And, well, Kyber played that 7 Tools of the Bandit on that turn. And, he's tributed to Rabid Horseman. And he's put Yamadron in defense mode. I guess he had to. He has to try to protect his life points somehow, but hasn't been a great match for Kyber. Or not in this last match anyway. Revival Jam, 1500 to the field for Marick. And there's Unity. Kyber has activated Magic Jammer. Unity is a defense booster. I mean, Kyber, as long as Marick attacks with Phantom Abyss or Dragon, whatever it's called, if he attacks with that, he will win on this turn. And great play from Marick. He has not made any mistakes in this. Marick has been right on the money all match. Both of his wins, as 15 and 15 and 16 is 4600 altogether. Kyber will be defeated in the third and final match. He will take a loss to Marick. And I tell you what though, it was a competitive match. That was a really solid match from both players. But Marick picks up the season point. And let's see where they sit on the table now. Now that it's a couple of rounds in, we can see the table starting to form. So Kyber was 8th, but he's picked up his first loss. Marick had lost 1 and won 1. So Marick is now 2-1. Kyber is 2-1. So Marick and Kyber are now equal on the table. Well, thanks everybody for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed Marick vs Kyber. Wherever you are in the world, stay safe, take care, farewell.